the importance of herbs and the manipulation behind it. Herbs as a vegetation is a very good thing. When God created this world in the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 11, he said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed. He said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it. And it was so. God was speaking, and these things was coming to be. They were, coming to be, like I said now. In verse 29, God give God give man every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that bears fruit with seed. God gave man every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, every tree that has fruit in it, or that bear fruit with seed in it. And it was so. All these things that we see around us, all the vegetations, all the herbs, they have their importance. God created it for man to feed on, to have a good well-being. God created all these things for man to live by, so that they will not be thinking about sickness, about disease. God did not create seed for you to eat it to prevent you from being sick. He just created you for you to eat it. As you thank him and you're eating it, you live in good well-being. You don't think about sickness, you don't think about anything. You're not eating it to prevent you from being sick. You're not eating it you're not eating it because you've been instructed. You're eating it because that is what God has created for man to live by. It is time for the world to begin to go back to the way God has made this world to be. Now, the manipulation behind the herbs is what a lot of people are, enslaved by. They are enslaved by this manipulation. There are a lot of native doctors today. They call themselves herbal doctor. It's not a bad thing when they call themselves that name, but their practice, the way they go about it, is what is not good for the believer. That is a satanic manipulation, or most of them are agents of the devil. Some of them are a captive of the devil. Satan has manipulated them, or as Satan has entered them and begin to use them, to draw believers away from their God. This is what it is. When I was growing up, I stayed with my grandmother in my early age. My grandmother was a herbal doctor. She cured all kinds of sickness, many sicknesses that people will come to her, they want a cure. And when they come to her, she will, talk to them. She give them some advice. After they left, she will consult a native doctor, a witch doctor. When I say a witch doctor. And that witch doctor will give her some instruction, what sacrifice you need to perform in order for that herbs to be potent. She was doing that thing. She will go and consult it. This is what I see with my two naked eyes. It's not that somebody told me. It's what I see. She called the native doctor. They will tell her what sacrifice to perform, and she will perform those sacrifices and actually go into the bush or get some herbs from those who were supplying it to her and prepare those herbs, and she will make it for the people who are coming for their healing. Some of them do receive, healing, but some of them, after some time, it look as if they have received their healing, but the sickness will come back again. But some they did receive healing, because some will come back with testimony and they will come with all kinds of gifts and all sorts of things that time that we eat. But that's not where I'm going. Where I'm going is the manipulation of the enemy, of Satan, behind this herbal usage. God truly created this world for man to live on these vegetations, fruits and veg, for it to be a good well-being, for man to feed on. But Satan has entered it to begin to use it to destroy man. A lot of people now, they say they are herbal doctor, herbal medicine. It's not a bad thing. If you are pricing herbal medicine, or if you are herbal doctor watching this video, do it, knowing that it is God who has given you those things for you to, if you have a knowledge of it, you can show it to your fellow brothers and sisters, or to people around you. But one area I'm going to is people who are giving you some strange instructions and say this is what herbal medicine will do for you. Those people, you need to look at and watch out for them. They attach spirituality to any herbal things they are giving you. They attach some strange instruction. They will tell you to take some things and put it under your pillow, put it under your bed, bath with it, spiritual cleansing. They will tell you to sacrifice lizard, goats, chickens, all kinds of things that has blood in it for this for this herbal thing to work. They will tell you, take sand, take the head, take black soap, mix it together and use it to break a curse. Nothing. But the Bible says Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, having become a curse for us on the cross of Calvary. They will tell you to take honey, take candle, take white sugar, mix it together, use it for for certain spiritual benefits that is going to give you luck, give you all kinds of things. These things are not it. When God created all these things, He created it for you to just consume, knowing that it is for your well-being. You don't need to think about sickness, disease, or anything. Just eat it, and you'll be living in good health. This is what it is. But in our today's world, we see a lot of people who call themselves herbal doctor, but they are practicing all these things using satanic means. The devil is using them. He has enslaved them and now also using them as a tool to enslave others. So it is time for people to begin to wake up. What I'm saying to you, I'm not saying it as someone who has heard it from the mouth of somebody else. I was a witness. I saw it with my two naked eyes. My grandmother, we go to consult witch doctors. They will give us some instructions. She will perform some sacrifice in order for those herbal medicine to become potent. But that was ignorance, because if you take anything from the bush and use it by faith and trust in God, and thank God that this is going to be good for you, it will work for you. But what these herbal doctors these days are doing is that they attach some strange spirituality to it. They begin to tell you that if you take sand, take this thing, it will break a curse. It's not that. If you break curse in your life, you take soap, if you sleep on something, put something under your pillow, you will get some some things. If you take coconut water and you use it to bath yourself or drink it, you will have some luck. You will have your partner will love you more. If you want to have be potent in your sexuality or have potency when you are a man, you're not functioning, this is what you should do. That is not it. The Bible says, go into the world and multiply. If you have Christ in you, you don't need to be struggling to take something to make you multiply. When God created all these things, He never said in the book of Genesis that I just read to you that it was for you to function as somebody who is not functioning as a man or as a woman. Or you take the green trees or the herbs, for you to begin to have money, to have prosperity, to break a curse. You can see that there's a lot of manipulation behind all these things. A lot of people now, they are on different social media platforms, enslaving people. You may have a temporary solution, but wait, after many years, the devil will come in full force to destroy you. When my grandmother died, died, she was sick. Those things that she could not save her. It is time for the world to begin to wake up, to the God who created them. God is real. And the name of Jesus is how you can use to know God. Without Jesus, you cannot access God. As you begin to look at Jesus and the written word in the Bible, you will see Jesus the way it is.